What's going on? This is David from Elevated Physical Therapy and Fitness. Today I'm going to review the 6 directions of wrist strengthening that we can do. Starting with your wrist extension, you generally want to have your forearm, when you're starting out anyway, you want to have your forearm resting on the table or some type of surface like this, and your wrist and the weight of choice off the table. And you're just going to pull for wrist extension straight back towards the ceiling like so. If we're dealing with some tendinopathies or something, I'll generally have you really emphasize that slow lowering phase, up to 10 seconds on the way down. Take quite a bit of time to do that. Really slow and controlled on the eccentric phase there. And that can hold true for any one of these, depending on what we're dealing with, okay? For flexion, we're gonna flip it over here, and we're gonna do the same thing, up towards the ceiling. And now these inside forearm muscles are working a little bit more. The flexor group, okay? For that radial deviation, you're here and you're coming up. Sometimes it's easier if you're holding it like a hammer. You can even use a hammer for this one. Okay, you want to try and make sure that stays here and you're not getting way over to one side or the other. That's what we're going to do next though, is supination, pronation. You can hold a hammer or hold the weight like a hammer, or if it's getting really easy, you start to use a longer lever. But you're pronating till your palm down, supinating to palm up, and working through that range of motion. Again, I'm very controlled with this. If that's getting super easy, this isn't going to be very heavy because it's a PVC pipe, but that longer lever arm where it's really, really far away, that puts a lot of stress on this region as well. So especially if you're using some type of, golf club like an iron or a wood, drivers are usually pretty light. They're probably not too bad, but one of those heavier, longer clubs, you can put that load really far away from the muscles that are doing the work for this pronation and supination. And then the last one is your ulnar deviation. You kind of have to get that set up here so you can go against gravity, but you're just pulling that pinky towards the elbow. Again, you can hold it like a hammer if that makes it easier for you. Just looking at it or from a logistics standpoint. Give those a shot. Let me know what you think.